Good evening, I'm Shannon Wolfson. Robert Hadlock is off tonight. For the first time in 9 years, Austin's Watershed Protection Department is getting some additional inspectors to check 7,000 privately owned retention ponds across the city. It's an important function on rainy days like today. KXAN investigator Kylie McGivern found it's not just a problem of manpower, but also city communication that is leaving some people in Austin with complaints about feeling hung out to dry.
They dug the retention pond a foot deeper back in July.
Jennifer Hollers lives next door to the pond that's become a problem.
It's great because it will hold more water. And then I thought, I wonder how they're going to figure out how to drain that.
She says no one has.
It's standing water all the time.
The still water stirring up concerns of West Nile virus and Zika.
I have an almost 8-month-old. You can see any bites. And he is getting eaten by mosquitoes constantly. I'm a single mom who works full-time, and I don't have much time on my hands, but I spend a huge amount of time trying to solve this.
Jennifer's been in contact with 311, the Health and Human Services Department. We reached out to the Watershed Protection Department and ultimately got kicked to Development Services, all to try to figure out where this project stands.
Sometimes people just get the wrong department to call.
Roxanne Jackson with the Watershed Protection Department says inspectors respond to every complaint. That is, everyone they receive from 311.
We had checked our 311 calls, and we didn't, trying to figure out maybe a general location. We really haven't had any calls about ponds in that general vicinity.
A breakdown in communication, ultimately breaking Jennifer's spirits.
There's some of him there too. Not a day that goes by that I'm not worried about him. I know. Worried about the health hazard that has, become my next door neighbor.
Kylie McGivern, KXAN News.
We were able to find out through Development Services that the contractor and design engineering firm were notified about drainage issues, but not until last month. Jennifer has been calling since August. An on-site meeting is scheduled to review these concerns. Looking in depth at this issue, in the 2015 to 2016 fiscal year, inspectors handed out 501 violations. 297 violations were given during the 2014 to 2015 fiscal year. The city also says the number of 311 complaint calls has risen. If you have a concern related to a retention pond, ask 311 to connect you with the Watershed Protection Department to avoid any confusion.